What is freedom? Ask a child and they will say, freedom is eating ice cream for dinner. Freedom is sleeping late. Freedom is doing whatever I want, whenever I want. Many of us, even as adults, still hold this definition deep inside. We think freedom is the absence of rules. We think it is the absence of restraint. But look closely at the person who does whatever they want. Look at the person who eats whatever they crave, buys whatever they see, and reacts to every emotion that rises in their chest. Are they free? Or are they a slave? A slave to their appetite, a slave to debt, a slave to their own temper. If you cannot say no to your own impulses, you are not free. You are being driven by a master you did not choose. Today, we are going to explore a profound paradox. True freedom is not found in letting go, it is found in holding on. It is found in the holy trinity of the self: control, responsibility, and freedom. You asked if they are a set. The answer is yes. They are the three sides of the same pyramid. Without one, the structure collapses. Let us begin with the base of the pyramid: control. We live in a chaotic world. The economy fluctuates. The weather turns. People change. We spend so much energy trying to control these external things, and when we fail, we suffer. The Buddha saw this clearly. He taught that suffering comes from craving things we cannot keep. He realized that the only thing we can truly control is the mind itself. Imagine a wild horse. It is powerful, energetic, and beautiful, but if it is uncontrolled, it will run off a cliff. Your emotions and instincts are that horse. The Buddha does not say kill the horse. He says tame the rider. To control your mind, to feel anger but choose silence, to feel greed but choose generosity is the first step. This is not suppression, it is sovereignty. Until you can control yourself, you're just a leaf blowing in the wind of circumstance. A leaf is free to move anywhere the wind blows, but it has no direction. That is not freedom. That is chaos. This leads us to the second side of the pyramid: responsibility. This is the word most people hate. It feels heavy. It feels like a burden. But let us look at it through the eyes of Jesus. He said, "Take up your cross and follow me." Why a cross? Why a burden? Because weight gives you traction. Think of a ship in a storm. If the ship is empty and light, it will capsize. It needs ballast, heavy weight in the bottom to cut through the waves. Responsibility is your ballast. To be free means you are the author of your own life. And if you are the author, you are responsible for every word on the page. You cannot say, "I am unhappy because of my parents," or "I am angry because of the traffic." When you blame the outside world, you give your power away. You make the world your master. To take responsibility is to say, "This is my life. This is my mind. I own the consequences of my actions." Confucius built his entire philosophy on this. He taught that a Zhangzi, a noble person, is one who binds themselves with duties and rituals. Ideally, a musician is a great example. A pianist is not free to play masterpiece music when they first sit down. They must first take responsibility for hours of boring practice. They must control their fingers to hit the right keys. Only after accepting the heavy responsibility of discipline do they gain the freedom to play beautiful jazz. Responsibility is the price of admission to the theater of freedom. And finally, we reach the peak, freedom. So, how do we interpret this word? Freedom is not doing what you want. Freedom is being who you are meant to be. Socrates walked the streets of Athens, barefoot and poor, yet he was the freest man in Greece. He was free because he did not need the approval of others. He did not need wealth to be happy. He had total command over his internal state. He taught that the unexamined life, the life where we just follow our instincts like animals, is a prison. Real freedom is the ability to choose your response to any situation. If someone insults you, you have a choice. The instinct says, fight back. The free mind says, I choose peace. That gap, the tiny space between the stimulus and your response, is where freedom lives. Let's look at a modern example. Imagine two people. Person A rejects control. They spend their money on every whim. They skip work when they don't feel like it. They eat junk food because it feels good. They have freedom in the moment. But 10 years later, they are trapped in debt. They are trapped in a sick body. They are trapped in a job they hate because they have no options. Their freedom destroyed them. Person B embraces control. They say no to the impulse purchase. They say no to the lazy morning. They accept the responsibility of their health and their career. It looks like they are restricting themselves. It looks like they are not free. But 10 years later, they have the financial freedom to travel. They have the physical freedom to climb mountains. They have the mental freedom to choose their path. So, to answer your question, yes, control, responsibility, and freedom are one set. You cannot have the view from the mountaintop, freedom, without the muscle to climb, control, and the willingness to carry the backpack, responsibility. Everything you cannot control, the weather, the markets, the opinions of others, is not yours. If you build your house on those lands, it will crumble. But your mind, your integrity, your choices, those are yours. Build your castle there. Fortify it with self-control. Anchor it with responsibility. And inside those walls, you will find a freedom that no one can ever take away.